Hey y'all, long time no see. I wanted to come out into the garden and do a quick update, like a mini tour. There's not much to see, not much good to see, but I still wanted to share it before I start getting the ball rolling again. Now, I had planned to do this during the Christmas break because the weather was beautiful at that time, but I got the Rona and I just got over that. Well, I just finished taking the antibiotics on this past Sunday. And after that, I finally kind of start feeling more back to normal. But anyway, so that kind of that what I thought it was going to take me out. I actually went to the ER on Christmas Eve because I was having anyway, not to get too off track. Long story short, I'm better now and I beat it. I'm over it now. It had me shook though. I was actually back to wearing my mask. I haven't been to too many places, so I don't know if I'm gonna be wearing a mask, but in crowded places I may, because yeah. Anyway, because of that, I didn't get. Well, you can kind of see, but let me go ahead and flip the my phone around. All right, I had to. I thought I had accidentally set my alarm off again. So anyway, let me start down here. Now I have. This is the remains of the Jamaican sorrel, where I did at least cut it down, but I haven't picked it up. Now, much of the stuff in these containers is probably gone. Well, the main thing I had in there was the Jamaican sorrel. And like I have that bird, it's a bird, sounds like my alarm because it's a mockingbird. Anyway, so I think this is oregano, parsley, all this stuff has survived without any watering. We were in the 80s during much of the last 2 weeks. I did water. I'm trying to look at this camera up right here, the smaller one. Anyway, I did water maybe Sunday or Monday. I think it was Monday. My blueberries. Well, I'll show you all that when we get to that. Anyway, so parsley. I don't know what this is. What is that? Oregano? Oh, maybe that's lemon mint. That's lemon mint because someone gave me that. Parsley, oregano. And so these herbs survived despite huge neglect. This collard survived. This thing is from, I believe, 2024. I really think it is. I don't remember though. I'm not sure. I feel like it was there before last season. I don't remember. I don't want to lie, but look at it. It's huge. So it looks good. I don't know what else is in there. Nothing else looked like it survived. There was a Jamaican sorrel in here too. I cut it out, and the remnants are on the ground. And I have so many weeds, and yeah. Anyway, I did cut this stuff at the base. I just haven't pulled it out, so that's why this stuff did die. I just haven't had the time or energy to pull it out because I wasn't feeling well at that time. My fig tree lost all of its leaves. They're all down there. I don't know if I'm supposed to cut this down and it grow all the way back from the base, or do I let, like, because look, it has like little buds at the top. So do I leave this? This hasn't been watered either, and that's based on this. I'm thinking it's still alive. So I don't know. I don't cut this, do I? Because I was thinking I was supposed to cut it all the way down to the ground. But if I don't have to, I don't want to. I mean, it wouldn't cut itself down in nature. But we garden because, we care for things better than they would be in the wild. A lot of these things wouldn't even survive here without, especially when we have a drought, without, human intervention. Anyway, I'm trying not to cover the camera. in this corner. Anyway, these pots are, I'm just going to empty these out somewhere. I had some old rectangular beds of a 3x4 here and then a 3x6 there. And someone else did this work. I didn't do this, but it's not finished. I want to get all these rocks off from over here. And I still want to put the long beds along the fence, even though I was second guessing myself because I kind of want to move. Sometimes I want to move like right now, but try not to be impulsive. Trying to be smarter in my choices. And so I think I should be more careful in my choices. And I got a lot of stuff like cleaning up this backyard before I could sell this house. And I don't know if I could sell it with a garden in it. I know if I do sell it with a garden in it, it gotta look good. So at the very least, I got a lot of work to do to getting this looking much better than it looks now. And part of that is gonna be getting these rocks from getting all these rocks moved from over here. And then getting those beds. Those those are the beds. Let me walk down here. These are the beds that were removed. The 3x4 and then the 6x3. And then back here, the smaller, lighter color one. That's the big one that I want to put along the fence. All right, let's go back. We're at over 5 minutes. I'm on my little break, so I gotta hurry up. So I do still have these here, and these are too small. These are 6 feet by 1.5 feet. I want to move these, like one here and one probably down where the blueberries are, because I want to put the other long 12 by 1.5 foot or 12 by 2 feet here, and the other 12 by 2 feet along the fence, so they'll be parallel to each other. It's where the watermelons were. I just have to clean all this out. I did do a little bit before I got sick, but I still have a lot to do. That stuff, this back bed as well. For my blueberries, they lost their leaves. They don't seem to be dead though. So I hope these will produce for me in the spring. I think they will. I think they made it. There was a big ant pile right here. I kept using the hose to spray it out. That's what all the soil is on the ground. Let's see if I can go in. That was the remnants of the ant bed. And they finally didn't build it back. So that's a win. And then these grow bags that had stuff in them that I'm going to use grow bags this year. And that's especially because I don't know if I'm going to move at some point this year, but it may be next year, and it may even be the year after that. I'm not sure. Anyway, so I just want to get into a state where if I want to move, I can quickly like disassemble things, or it'll look nice enough that it won't run everybody off, or I would be losing money, trying to sell it. I don't want to lose, $40,000-$50,000 because the yard looks terrible. Anyway, I did get a shed, plastic shed. I do not like it. I did this myself. I got a little help getting the door on, but it's gonna have to be completely redone because it's not done right. It's like right here. I think right here is where it's not. Oh, I forgot. I'm covering myself. Sorry, y'all. Let me hurry up. But yeah, I'm gonna just take this little window off because I'm tired of having to try and pay attention. All right, so I'm just gonna record without that little extra camera since I'm moving the camera around so much and the focus is what I'm showing you all. But anyway, so this is gonna have to be redone because we couldn't get the door on, this other door on. We could barely get this door off and done, like down there, and this one isn't even actually attached. So yeah, this was a disaster. And it's probably my fault for trying to do this by myself because now I don't know. I don't know if this can be salvaged. I don't know if the doors could actually get on there ever, but we'll try again later. But I think it's going to have to be taken apart and put back together, unfortunately. So, anyway, so yeah, I'm going to keep this bed too. Just clearing it. Oh, it's a lot of grass in there. So, yeah, I'm going to have to be doing a lot of the watermelon was left. A lot of taking the weeds out. A lot of trash over here. Stuff need to be find new homes. This is the worst looking patch where I had the tomatoes and peppers. And I did cut them at the base. I think also I just never got around to pulling them out. And as you can see, it's not going to be that hard to do this. So I'm going to come back. I'm not sure. I may be at my 15 minutes for my break. So let me just get to right here. Here are my other blueberries. I did water them too. They still have leaves. So this is two of the other ones. There were three, but that one didn't make it. I still have this greenhouse here. Let me step back so you can see it a little bit better. It has not, I have not taken care of it. There was an opossum coming in here. I did finally stop feeding the opossums when I had my foster dogs. I had two foster dogs. Almost foster failed on one. But when I had the dogs, I stopped feeding the opossums because I would be coming out here to take them at night. And, these big, I mean, I know the opossums are harmless, but it's, disconcerting to see a big furry creature that looks similar to a rat. But they don't actually look like rats, but it's still, I handled it well. Like it was one right on one of these shelves, and I walked right by it, spoke to it, and calmly went back in the house. So, I mean, I'm not scared of them, but yeah, I don't like them I don't want to encounter them. And I don't want them to be thinking that humans are safe because most humans are not for opossums. But anyway, so I got a lot of work to do in here. I do want to put up my other greenhouse. I have two other greenhouses actually I want to put up because I want to start some of my spring stuff outdoors. I want to start the majority outdoors, but I am also going to do some winter indoor gardening. Hashtag WIG 2025. I just haven't started it yet, but I will. I still have some strawberries over here, I know. A lot of weeds in here too, so I'm gonna have to clean a lot of this stuff out. But a lot of the strawberries survived. But these are weeds, so yeah, I'm gonna have to clean out a lot of it. Then all of this stuff also. Oh well, there's my blueberry. It's my last blueberry. This is a self-pollinating blueberry. That's why I have it over here by itself. But I would like to relocate it. And I would like to take my blueberries with me when I leave, whenever that is, whether that's this year or 3 years from now, whatever it is. But I don't think it'll be that long. But anyway, that's why that's so far. But I do want to get it with the other blueberries at some point. My lavender is still alive. As is some parsley at the top. Some thyme down here. This was my stevia. And it's gone. I don't know if it'll come back. There goes some, look like some chamomile in there as well. Nothing survived in here. And I'm not going to keep these. I'm going to just empty these out. And then this horror over here is where the Jamaican sorrel was. It was the biggest amount, the largest amount of it. And I trimmed it off after the cold killed it in December. Weeks before I was sick. I just haven't gotten around to. Well, I did clean up some of it. It was a lot more. It was huge, but I have a lot more to clear out. This over here is a little opossum house that I made. I don't think there is an opossum in there. They were going in there, but um, they haven't been much in my yard, I don't think at all, since I stopped feeding them. So they abandoned me. I was hoping they would come and eat bugs still, because there are plenty here, but nope. And I know there are plenty here because there are a lot of grubs in these bags over here. I don't know if they went into these bags and got those grubs, but when the soil from those two beds, the 3x4 and the 3x6 were emptied into these bags, there were a lot of grubs. So a lot of food still for the opossums if they wanted them. Anyway, I'm going to call it. Okay, yeah, I'm sure I'm past my break. So, all right, I'll maybe back out here to do the cleanup part. I might just share just this as the update. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching.